Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Bone Podcast, where we talk about all things crypto market. That includes the majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Hype, Kaido, IP, meme coins, and of course, NFTs. Today, we're going to talk about the SEC dropping its case against Coinbase and the broader effects this is going to have on the crypto market. We're going to dive deep into whether we're at the beginning of alt season as many tokens begin to surge. I'm joined here by Kix, Clemente, Easy in the house. How you guys all feeling today? I had a little day off yesterday from the show. Feeling a little under the weather. Feeling better today. Got some vitamins pumped into me, some medicine pumped into me. Pio told me all I had to do was eat oranges, but apparently medicine does indeed work. And I took some medicine. I'm feeling much better today. Kix, how you feeling? How you doing this Wednesday?
It's Friday, but other than that, I'm feeling.
Did you say
great.
Wednesday, Ray?
No, you are fucked up, dude.
I'm feeling great.
I'm ready to rock.
I was crazy.
I'm pissed off because my kid turned off the fucking refrigerator again for the third fucking time. So you know,
What?
less mad at the kid, more mad at the fucking manufacturer that put a fucking off button on a fridge. Guess what? If you want to turn a fridge off, you can unplug it. Okay. Yeah, different cold settings make sense. An off setting? The fuck, are you just bored over there?
Yeah, wait, what's an off setting on the fridge? Like, I'm like picturing your kid like unplugging the fridge.
No, it's a twisty knob in the fridge from coldest all the way to the less cold and then off. And it's not harder to switch it off. It's the stupidest thing ever, okay? So that's pissing me off. Logging in and checking and seeing crypto prices going up, that I like. So it's a wash. So I'm like right in the middle.
Right in the middle. Did you sell your Kaido airdrop?
Yep, I sold all of it.
Did you get slashed?
Yeah, that's why I sold it all.
Oh, tough.
I don't care, man. Cool product. Love the product. You disrespect me, go fuck yourself. I don't care.
Yeah, you disrespect Kicks. I floored mine too.
Send it to $4. I don't give a shit. Don't ever fucking slash me. Okay? Because I'm going to remember that. I got a memory like an elephant. I'm going to remember that shit. Okay? You think it's a one-way slashing? Just wait, dude. 35. I got a long career left, and I got all your names.
I sold mine as well. I popped on, was talking to Easy and Clemente before the show, and I pushed over the edge and sold mine right before the show as well. So gave up 50% in gains, but still happy with what I got on the Kaido airdrop. Speaking of products we do like, though, and I know this is one you enjoy yourself, Kix, you kind of turned us on to this one. Today's show is brought to you in partnership with Awaken Tax, the best tax product on the market. Kix, you've been using this for years, right?
Yes, since 2022.
Can you tell me about it a little bit? Like, is it just like amazing? Like, I started using it this year. I've imported all my wallets, and like it seems like everything is like there, tracked, and like easy and obvious. Have you had any issues?
It's not like basically, long story short, I tried like 3 other tracking softwares, and they were all fucked. Like saying, like, you know, one was either like astronomically low, or most of them were astronomically high on what my tax liability should have been. So I'm like, something's fucked up here. And then I start trying to like manually do it in an Excel spreadsheet. And this was for 2021 taxes. I had fucking thousands of NFT swaps. I'm like, this is going to take me months of my time to do. So then I started Googling around, and I found someone on Reddit talking about Awaken. So I went over to Awaken, paid for Awaken, and it's phenomenal. Like the whole thing that it comes down to, right, is if you have a bunch of transactions, if you have to manually reconcile all those transactions, that's going to take you a shit ton of time, especially if you're very active on chain. What Awaken does, and the other tools try to do, but Awaken was much better at doing this for me, is they can auto label transactions. So they can say, hey, this is a bridge, right? So we're going to mark this as a bridge, right? If you have money coming in and they don't properly mark it as a bridge, that may come in and be booked as income, right? That's a big problem, right? So they auto mark all of the things that they have high confidence in, and then you're left with a couple hundred transactions, or even less if you don't do much on chain, that you have to label yourself. And their UI is great. You just click it open. You're like, oh, okay, this was a NFT mint, right? And you look at the Etherscan transaction, and you put in the cost that it took to mint, right? So it took my tax accounting on my end before I sent it to my accounts. It took me from potentially having to spend dozens of hours to, for example, this year, I did it in under 2 hours. So it works. It works phenomenal. Love it. Haven't had an issue with it. Yeah.
The only thing I'll say, I'll pop in. I just like Kicks. I've used various tax softwares before, and they don't understand NFTs. They don't understand airdrops. They don't understand how to categorize things. I went on Awaken 2 days ago and connected the hardest thing is like just figuring out all your wallets. I connected like 9 wallets or 10 wallets, 9,500 transactions in 2024. And after 20 minutes, it went through all of them. So what's awesome about it is Awaken can just categorize all of these things and give you a rundown of like, hey, here's everything you did in 2024. Here's what we're unsure about in terms of, So this is what's important is like, it gives you 97, Ray did 1,400
transactions.
97 of them, they're like, hey, we're not sure about this, right? So Ray goes through those 97 transactions. That's what takes time. Other tax softwares, they go, hey, we don't understand like 2,000 of your transactions. So it has a high accuracy for understanding what these transactions are for all the random bullshit we know you're doing on chain. And then it gives you an accurate report that you either send to your own accountant, your tax person, or you put it on TurboTax or whatever it is you end up doing.
It also lets you mark spam transactions that are picked up by other tax softwares that like have spam floors that are like super high, that they screw up everything. Like they do a great job of tracking and categorizing everything. And it's made it so much easier for me. I used to do this manually. I mean, given I did 14,000 transactions last year, I typically wasn't doing that. I wasn't much of a meme coin trader before last year. So I was able to like kind of reconcile NFT trading, but trying to reconcile meme coin trading for taxes is just like impossible. Like you just don't have the time, and it's not worth your own time to do it. And Awaken makes it super simple. And that being said, we've got a good deal for you. We got 20% off. Code running across the bottom here. Use Bodalgos, 20% off Awaken. They're also running a special promotion this year where all Solana transactions aren't counted towards your transaction numbers / cap. So like that's the large percentage of mine. So I don't have to pay for a higher tier because none of the Solana transactions are counting towards my cap. So that's a big promotion they're running this year. Clemente.
Final thing. I know we've been talking about this for a little long. We have a lot of people asking, does it work with ordinals? Does it work with runes? It does. It does work with runes. It literally does.
Sweet. That's awesome.
I'm going to pull up my screen right here. Ordinals and runes. This is my Xverse wallet. Hopefully I'm not exposing anything crazy here.
Pizza Pet.
My Pizza Pet. It has all this stuff.
Dude, it does fucking ordinals?
Yeah, dude. You know, all this shit. So go check it out. Let us, and if you have any questions or customer service, phenomenal. Literally, they're just on it, like white on freaking rice. Gas fees included. Overarch asks, yes, it does. We have a lot of people, half basic, saying, hey, we're going to try it out. So I can't recommend it enough. If you own a Bodago, you can get 30% off. Go to our Discord to figure out how do you just get the code, you punch it in, and you are locked in. Shout out to Awaken. Let's freaking go.
Yeah, and one more thing on this. Like, you don't have to pay to see what's happening. You can go to their site, awaken.tax, load your wallets in, and experience what they're offering. They're not going to give you the exact numbers. Some of it will be like blocked out, but you'll see your transactions. You can label transactions and look at what they offer before paying. So like you can see the power of it. And then once you pay for it, you get the accurate numbers. You get the reporting going right to, like, you can send right to your account and you get all that information. And I think they plug into like TurboTax and stuff as well. But yeah, I can't say enough good things about Awaken. Really excited that they wanted to partner with us. We really wanted to bring value here. We know a lot of people need value for taxes, and this is just like a no-brainer. That being said, we've got a lot to talk about today. Clemente, you want to do a little weather report action today? You want to take it away?
Kicks, I thought you got it.
Oh yeah, Kicks. Yeah, Kicks is here. I'm way off today. I'm way off.
Pio, you missed it. Ray started the show. He's like, Kicks, how are you doing? Happy Wednesday. Says no.
Sorry, Clemente.
2 days off.
2 days off. Today is Friday, February 1st. Looking over at the crypto roundup. Majors rallying. Bitcoin over 99, Ethereum over 2,800, Solana 180. Over the past 24 hours, the SEC agreed to dismiss charges against Coinbase, pending approval from the commissioners. This will end a multi-year lawsuit that claimed many tokens offered by the company should be classified as securities. Coinbase stock up 4% on the news. To all those people that said they missed Gensler and Biden, suck on that one. Figure Markets announced the first of its kind SEC-approved yield-bearing stablecoin. The YLDS token offers variable yield starting at 3.8%, has no staking or lockups, and is perpetually available for trade. Finally, the potential tokenomics for Kanye West's token launch have leaked. CoinDesk reported that the YZY token is rumored to have 70% of the supply owned by Kanye, 20% by investors, and 10% for initial liquidity. That's it for the weather report. Back to you in the studio.
Excellent weather report as always, Kicks. I want to say that I'm not looking forward to a Kanye token. We've had 1 week free now of scam tokens, and we're starting to see some life come back into the alt markets. I think that might not be a coincidence. Hopefully we don't see more of these liquidity sucks, or if we do see something like a YZY token coming out, that everyone doesn't fly to that like moths and destroy liquidity across all markets. I'd like to think that we're smarter now, but who knows?
I think it's a nothing burger. Let him rip it. Let him do it. It'll probably have a swastika as the icon.
Yeah, it's going to be wild. I wouldn't put it past him for that to be the case. Biggest news of the day is that the Coinbase and SEC have agreed to drop charges. That's just pending approval from commissioners, which could take place as early as next week. This is big. This lawsuit was launched in 2023, claiming many tokens were offered and classified as securities. Coinbase stock is up. I think this does set the table for some interesting precedent, as there are a number of like outstanding cases out there with the SEC for other companies. Kicks, I saw you commenting a bit about Gary Gensler and like people like asking for him back. What's your overall opinion on like the regulation now and like the state of the landscape in crypto?
Yeah, pretty much exactly as predicted, which is what they're going to do at the SEC is what their jobs should have been for the last 4 years, which is that they are supposed to stop fraud, stop scams, and not stranglehold legitimate companies that are trying to build. Very simple.
Give entrepreneurs guardrails to operate within and eliminate gray areas.
Exactly. Say you can do this, you can do that. Okay.
You can do this, you can't do that. And the entrepreneur definitively, like, these are the rules. And then the entrepreneur goes, okay, I'll operate within that rule set. Just like if you're
crazy.
Crazy idea.
It's a crazy concept, right? And then what that does is it frees them up to go after people like Hayden Davis. So I thought it was absurd when we went into this year and everybody's like tweeting, oh, crime season, crime season. Oh, it was funny to tweet that until we saw some real fucking crime by Hayden Davis. Then it wasn't so funny. Then it looked like he kind of summoned a demon for a second there. Well, guess what? They just dropped the new SEC task force as well. What are they going to be focused on? Getting people like Hayden Davis that put a stain on our industry out and let the legitimate businesses operate, which is what we've been begging for 4 years. So now it's all coming to fruition. So please, you can hate Trump. I'm totally fine with that. I support your right to do it. I still love you. I don't like politics affect my love for people. But don't sit here and say, oh man, if Biden or Gary Gensler were in charge, the grass would be greener. There wouldn't be fucking grass, dude. Okay? It'd be a fucking nuclear wasteland. Okay? The end. Next subject.
I actually, I've been, this is a personal thing, but I think it applies to some people. I've been sitting in stables like 10% or 15% of my portfolio, maybe even more in stables for literally the first time in ever that I haven't been fully ported. And I feel like shit. I'm like, why is that not in Bitcoin? because I was trying to time the 92 candle and the Fibonacci bounce. I'm like, dude, why don't I just put it on Bitcoin and just let it sit there? That was my reflection this morning, and now I feel FOMO because Bitcoin's pumping, and now I got to overpay.
So you're swapping in now. What a trader.
Just sitting in stables isn't a bad thing. Like, it's not bad.
Obviously, Ray's going to say that because Ray's like hardcore trader. Do you practice any sort of asset-based savings? I don't think I've ever actually asked you this. Besides your home, do you have any assets where you're like, yeah, I'll never sell that. That's just going to sit there forever?
You talking to me?
Yes. You're Ray.
I mean, I'm just considering my assets in crypto as like, yes, I'm going to have assets in crypto. They're going to look different. Like, they're all tradable to me. If that makes sense.
Okay,
I do have equities.
So no, any stocks that you're
I
just
do have equity. I mean, I have equities. I have an IRA. I have a 401k. Like, I have.
Well, the IRA and 401k, you don't have a choice but to hold that forever. Any like brokerage account equities that you're holding forever? And I'm curious. I'm just trying to get a gauge because I've never asked you this.
No. Nope.
Got it.
Yep.
See how that turns out. Real quick.
He's like, "Whoa, I'm doing 401k is."
Well, so far, I'm not having any issues right now.
Literally, you should get a shirt that just says "Debase me, debase me, baby."
What do you mean by assets you're going to hold forever?
Yeah, I'm curious. Like, I'm not holding a ton of fiat that's like earmarked for sitting in fiat forever. I'm holding fiat that's going to be used like to spend on life things like a house, etc. So like, it's not like I'm sitting in fiat that's like trying to like do nothing. Like, I'm confused as what you're trying to ask, I guess.
Yeah, the house is you're practicing asset-based savings with the house because like you're not like flipping in and out of the house, right? Like that's not happening. Right. No, look, I'm half fucking with you. I was curious though to know if you had any like things that you're like, no, I'm never gonna sell that. I'm just gonna watch that thing go up. Real quick, can you pull up
like would a Pokemon card be that?
Yeah. If you're not going to sell it, then yeah. If you
die, did you just give it to your children?
If you are looking at Pokemon cards as collectible investments, which I know Easy is participating in this, and a lot of human beings do this, then I think that qualifies. I'm not a huge physical collectibles guy. In fact, I'm like, when I did this move and I had my graded Bored Ape magazines and I got my signed basketball and my signed MMA glove and everything, I was like, yeah, I'm not trying to accumulate any more physical collectibles. I'm not into it. I'm just not. It's not my thing. Yeah. Because you got to move these things around with you, you know? So I'm just like, I'm a big
fire is not good for that.
It's not. People lost their artwork and stuff in LA during the Palisades fires because those were
probably a lot of artwork gone in that. I didn't even think about that. That's sad.
Those were multi-million-dollar homes. People with probably $20 to $100 million net worths casually. If you've been to LA, you know Palisades was one of the bougiest neighborhoods.
I went to a party in one. Guy was super loaded. His daughter didn't have to work kind of thing, and they were out for the weekend. We all went there and partied there, and we were super high, albeit. But we went into a fucking room, and I swear to God, they had the room felt like it's where they were worshiping entities, right? It like almost like Greco gods, like what's the Greek god that starts with an A? She's a female.
Athena.
I think there's another one out there.
Apollo.
But
Apollo would be a male.
Let's say, dude, but I went in that room. I was like, oh, fuck, no wonder they're rich, dude. They're doing some shit.
Or they just like Greek mythology shit.
Aphrodite.
That's the god of goddess.
No, dude, like when I was in there, I felt some fucking energy. I was like, guys, like
goddess of love, beauty, desire, and sexuality.
No, it was high on weed.
Okay, just weed. Okay. Real quick, Ray, I pinged you a chart in the private chat. Can we just quickly show this chart?
Yep, I got
just super quick.
Here. It's just a micro.
Yeah, sex goddess. See, they were doing some fucking sex shit in there.
Okay. Look at this chart, ladies and gentlemen, real quick. Just want to show you a little chart right here of one stock's performance versus another. I don't know. Looks like one's a better call than the other. I don't know.
What are those two?
What do you think, Kix?
Coinbase and Master.
Yep. That's right. Just showing you the chart.
Yeah,
Anyway, keep it
Theo
moving.
convinced me to do asset based savings right here at the top is when he convinced me to buy something and then never sell it right here. But it's okay because I'm never going to sell it, so there's no reason to be upset at this point. If it's worth zero or worth infinity, it doesn't matter in the least.
Be real, you were going to sell it. You bought it to sell it.
Everything I'm buying to sell at some point or to convert into some sort of asset that's going to affect my life. There's nothing in this world that I'm buying to hold forever.
You've made that very clear.
So I'm going to buy some, because I'm starting to look into magnetic pole shifting. So I'm going to buy a fucking tract of land. Well, there's two options. One, I'm going to buy a tract of land up in the mountains of North Carolina. Right. So that like magnetic pole shifting, flood, right? Not very many people make it. You got to get up there. You got to have some land. So that's option one. Option two is actually just to heavily arm and train yourself and just go take someone else's land. Because what's the difference if the world's over? You know what I mean? They're like, what are you going to pull a deed? Say, I got a deed to this place. I mean, here's,
Oh, no. Well, I mean, there are issues. The issue with property, in my opinion, is actually, it's twofold. It's just, it's property taxes in the United States suck. And it shouldn't have became this, this shouldn't have happened and it shouldn't have unfolded the way that it has.
Yeah.
So property taxes suck. And then the second thing is physical destruction. So like you actually, to me, I want to think about the material the house is built out of. Like a brick house is pretty valuable to me. A brick house is insanely valuable to me, But anyway, yeah. So we can move on to whatever you guys want to just. Oh, real quick question for Easy. The audience might get some value out of this. Easy, you stake with Soul Blaze.
Yes.
Is there a competitor to Soul Blaze?
There's a couple other, there's a Sanctum. There's another liquid staking option.
What about non-liquid staking?
I use Hello Moon. I use Helios. Those are the two main ones that I use.
The nodes, but what platform do you use to access those nodes?
I go right through Phantom.
In Phantom, you can choose the node and stake.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
You can stake from Phantom.
See?
Mm-hmm.
Phenomenal technology. Solana's just way better tech.
Can I ask? I'd like to ask a question to Easy and Kicks, or really any expert on this matter. Easy, I saw you tweet yesterday about the Chinese money supply and basically this candle that many people are calling a piss missile up.
Currency debate.
The Chinese M1 money supply. Could you elaborate what this might mean for?
So I guess my thesis was wrong because people said that they're just recalibrating how they calculate the M1 money supply.
Oh shit!
Basically, I still think it's going to make price go up because
Easy. It's not your fault. It's the dumbass Marty.
Yeah.
He's sharing it with Look at him, dude. He has no fucking clue what he's talking about.
Marty Party is a pretty funny name. Currency debasement.
Yeah. Currency debasement.
People were holding M1 money supply and they shouldn't have been doing that. Should have been holding Bitcoin.
Should have been long in Alibaba. It's outperformed Bitcoin. You could have longed Hims, dude, for balding fucking men. And outperformed every single altcoin in crypto.
I've heard more about Hims in the past 24 hours than I've ever heard about it. I've heard
because now they're on that GLP game for all the fat people.
Yes, yesterday morning, someone was telling me that he's big on Hims as an investment and options. Then
that's terrible because it's probably Pico Top.
Then I listened to Martin Shkreli, his autistic ass streaming, where he says he expects Bitcoin to go to 70K, which I disagree with, but he said that he's shorting Hims because he said Hims has been the momentum trade and the top's in and it's going to go down, like you just said, Kicks.
Yeah, shorting is generally dumb because you can at best make 100% of your money if the thing completely collapses, and it's kind of trying to time like a stopping train and seeing if you get ran over or not.
Well, it's down
pre-market. That's looking pretty good.
No, it's down 18% pre-market.
I know. He tried to short a bunch of stuff like 6 months ago and got deleted.
Yeah. Speaking of longing and shorting, Easy, I was listening to you this morning. Can you pull up dydx and bring up our account? Let us know what you've been playing with in there.
Hey, speaking of shorting, Clemente, you're quite short. Talk to us about that.
I'm literally taller than you.
Going to get better height.
Yo, speaking of being a bitch, Nick, over.
Easy, are you muted? Are you talking about this?
No, I was letting them go back and forth. I'm long Sol right now. I wanted to long FTM personally because that chart actually looks really good. Launchable markets. That was the one I really wanted to long, but we're long Sol here. I like the chart on Sol. I like the ETH chart a lot. Bitcoin flirting with over 100K again. So I mean, hopefully we can break over that. That'd be sick.
And is dydx a DEX?
It's a decentralized perps trading.
Yeah, decentralized perps platform.
They're running that clob.
Basically, more
That's
or
cool.
less. So we got this open. Take profits not too much higher, like 182, 183, just for like I think we get a pump up towards like right here. That would be ideal. Market just opened, traditional market. So let's see what the S&P is doing, what the Nasdaq's doing, because that should lead. We're getting a little bit of sell pressure, but a nice buy wall currently showing here, which is good.
Dude,
So,
Solana's back at 180. I saw to do my tax thing. I was like, fuck, I'm just sucking it up. I sold the Pico bottom of Solana. Fortunately, it was only 20K, but
That still hurts, man. You should kind of, that doesn't make like you don't feel bad, but you're kind of like,
I told you, and that wasn't even like me making fun of you or anything like that. I was just like, all right, cool. That was the bottom. That's beautiful.
What you could have done, Nick, is at the beginning of the year, you could have planned ahead for tax and you could have sold it at like 280.
Feels such a savage, dude. He's like, yeah, I told you. I didn't even mean it in like a mean way, but I told you were a punk ass bitch, and it was the bottom. Not in a mean way.
Not saying it that way.
PO doesn't.
We're
have
getting
to pay
cooked on
taxes
this
'cause
long right
PO
now.
never sells, so
we got
PO doesn't
wrecked.
have a tax bill.
We're getting absolutely cooked on market open on this long.
Kicks, I have a tax bill because of my absolutely savage options trading strategy right now. I'm up
On Master,
dude. I
Misty.
look for Robin. I'm
Master.
making like Misty and Master. I'm making $2,500 a month minimum, and I'm about to ratchet things up.
Ratchet it up.
that's pretty good, dude.
Oh no,
That's almost $9.99 ebook level. Like you can start kind of distributing this knowledge.
Oh, I am gonna make some videos that nobody's gonna watch because crypto people just have zero interest in this. But I'm excited to make these videos.
I could get you advertising. I could advertise it for you.
It's okay. We'll just have nobody watch them, but I'll make them. It'll be fun.
I'm seeing some Twitter advertising ramp up. I think there's something there.
Easy. Were we just getting wrecked?
Oh yeah,
I just kept
we're
seeing
down like
red candles.
$200. We're just getting absolutely slammed right now.
It's
Just
okay.
watching the chart as we're talking.
Kicks, the X advertising is really just being fueled by Russia right now. So I don't know if you're familiar with
Yeah, I'm
that
sure,
country.
dude. I'm sure it's being fueled by Russia. That really scary country with the economic GDP between Canada and Mexico. I'm so fucking worried about those guys, not their neighbors who create like everything in the fucking world and have 350 times our ship building capacity. But no, the landlocked Slavics really, I lose sleep at night over those guys for sure, and their massive disinformation campaigns. It's really scary.
Looks
Kinda
like
worried.
Kicks was converted into a Russian agent as well.
It's
kind of
yes.
kind of unsurprised, if I'm being completely honest. Kind of unsurprised, but
He's a Russian.
When I was born, guess what day I was born on? The day the Berlin Wall fucking fell. And that was me shooting out of the fucking vagina with such force, it knocked that shit over. So I'm not scared of the fucking Russians because I usurped them. Okay? And am I a big Palmer Lucky fan? Yes. And does that make me a Russian asset? I don't care. I don't think so. Because guess what? Drones work just as good on Russians as they do on Chinese.
All right, we're off the rails officially. Let's move back.
You started it.
Easy. You had an interview. I don't know. Is it live yet? You interviewed
just to be clear, hey, real quick, I want to hear about this interview, but yeah, just to let you know, Russia's the only country that's invaded like 17 countries surrounding it versus China.
How many have
like pretty
America invaded?
I'm just throwing it out there.
How many nukes have Russia dropped on civilian cities?
All right, let's get back into the crypto.
Yeah, don't throw stones from glass houses.
Okay. You seem like a guy who's gonna buy Kanye's token.
Yeah.
All right, easy. You interviewed CEO Figure Markets. Is that right?
Yeah, I talked with Mike Cagney, who was the CEO of Figure Markets. They were the ones who launched Yields, which is that first SEC-approved yield-bearing stablecoin.
What is interesting about this? Because I've been seeing this one talked about on the timeline quite a bit over the last 24 hours.
It gives you 3.5% on stables approved by the SEC. Figure Markets, though, has a bunch of stuff. Like, we can get really into the weeds with it. They have like a HELOC that you can take out on property and buy Bitcoin with it. They really are trying to like blend the worlds of traditional finance and crypto. And the founder's got some like crazy knowledge. He's been in the space for a very long time. And then on top of that, he was one of the people who actually tried to bid on the Solana from FTX. And he bought like the third tranche. And he actually wanted to restart FTX.
Bless you.
And pay back creditors or pay back users in full through equity, which was like really interesting. He ended up not being able to get that across as somebody else had taken it for a higher bid. But yeah, he tried a bunch of stuff. So it was pretty cool to see.
When they say like SEC approved, it's just like the SEC just gave them like the green light. Like, did he mention anything?
Yeah, so basically they're above board. It won't get marked as a security. So they went through like all the proper steps, conversations, documentation to make sure it does not get marked as a security.
Interesting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know stable coins are like, a lot of people are saying that's going to be the number one like metric of adoption. Like, most people are going to be using stable coins as like their preferred or like main method of crypto, which makes sense, as it's like offering financial services to people without financial services, and stable coins and stablecoin transfer just makes the most sense to solve that like number one use case.
Yeah, I drove by a bank. They got a 3.98% CD. You got to go in there and you got to give them your money, and it's not liquid and everything like that. You can get that with yields.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, if you're looking to get these, like people in crypto are like, oh damn, 3.8%, that's nothing. Like, why would I do that, boomer? But like, you try to get these same yields like with cash-based products at a bank, like Kix is saying, like, you have to lock up your money for a certain term. Like, you have to, there's a lot of like different hoops you have to jump through to get these like basic yields on normal cash. Nick, looks like you want to say something.
Yeah, I mean, I was just wondering from Kix, what sort of yield could you get from a bank, like if you were living in, like, let's say Moscow, for example?
Probably pretty high, because of the Western economic sanctions is probably causing their ruble to be highly inflationary.
Got it.
The ruble, dude. I love the name of the ruble. I bet the currency debasement on the ruble is all time. I bet that shit is just horrendous. Holy fuck.
I bet Nick green-lighted the U.S. bombing the fucking Nord Stream pipeline to Europe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually a terrorist
up.
that goes and cuts undersea cables associated with internet connectivity. That's literally what I do on like sort of weekends.
Hey, if someone bombed one of our pipelines, I'd say start cutting their fucking cords, wouldn't you?
But real quick,
Guess who
ruble is
Vitalik is?
I prefer a Russian agent. I was gonna say that I like shekels. Shekels are a good word.
I thought we weren't allowed to say that.
Only he can.
What are you talking about?
I thought that was a derogatory term. If I said throw you some shekels.
It's the Israeli shekel.
Oh, okay, got it. Well, never mind.
Google it.
Sorry, so what did you think? Can you walk us through what you thought was racist?
No, it was offensive. I was told it was offensive towards Jewish people.
Who told you that?
Ray, back over to you. I don't want to talk about this.
All right, we don't really talk about this. I watched yesterday's show and I was absolutely dying, Clemente, when you when you had an unscorable credit score. I'm glad that you found a credit score. Like, I'm very happy for you.
Did you get a credit card?
It's supposed to be here in 2 weeks.
Let's go.
That's awesome. That really is awesome.
I posted my credit score last night, and I was like, yo, debank yourself. And like, I got a lot of comments of people calling me like a loser. They're like, damn,
590 is not bad at all. You can get
well,
that.
I haven't used a credit card in 2 years.
Yeah, you'll get it up to 700 in a year.
And I was looking at it, and I think I have like $120 in debt collection that I haven't paid for something.
When did that happen? When did that show up?
No, I was checking my
Clean that up.
No. But
Pio just visibly
no.
upset. He's just like,
how long has it been there?
I don't know. I was checking Credit Karma. I check Credit Karma every morning now.
It'll tell you the date when it happened. If it's greater than like a year, just wait.
Yeah, that's what I did, Nick. I had a dispute when I was 21 with Verizon. Hurt my credit for about 7 years.
7 years.
I ended up winning that battle.
Same here. I got an apartment. I put the deposit down. They said that I didn't pay the deposit and just immediately sent it to collections and fucked my credit. And I was like, I did pay the deposit, and they wouldn't undo it. And so I was like, all right, well, I'll just wait 7 years.
Yeah.
And now I'm turning 43. My credit's finally good.
To be fair, like I moved out of an apartment and there was like a $52 bill left over for one of the utility companies, like the gas company or something. And they thought it was a good idea to just never contact me about it ever through any means, never call me once, never email me once, nothing. And they're like, yeah, cool. We'll just send this to collections and they'll find out about it in like a year. And I was like, fuck you. And so they boned me over $52 for, however long.
Yo, I moved out of my first apartment. I didn't know you had to cancel utilities, and the fuckers that moved in rocked me for a year.
That's happened to people before too. I lived in an apartment where I moved in and there were roommates there, and they're like, yeah, I guess the landlord must cover the electricity bill or whatever. And then like 6 months into me moving there, the power just went off because and I was just like, you guys are absolute idiots. Like, how irresponsible are you guys? Anyway, yeah.
I quickly pivoting over to Easy. How's the perps?
Wait, time out.
We're down so bad.
Clemente brought up his collections, and it was from last week.
I found it. It was not from last week. So I just realized what it is. It was from an apartment saying that I owe them $125 apparently for applying. I supposedly applied to this apartment and I didn't pay or something like that.
Probably fraud.
I was like, dude, that's just straight up bullshit.
That's absolute bullshit. And they're sending that to collections?
They sent it to collections a year ago. So this has to be what fucks up my credit.
That's horrible.
But I didn't even know about it. They didn't tell me about it, dude.
I'm sensing a new music video.
That's diabolical.
Dude, that's why I hate this fucking bullshit. That's why I hate this bullshit. If it was
a man's trying to keep you down, Clemente.
Debank yourself.
An application fee on collections is wild. And this is because they said they would waive the application fee if I moved in, and I ended up not moving in. And then they were like, okay, so we're just going to charge you the application fee now.
And never reach out to you. Wow. Well.
Hey, looks like it's bouncing a little bit, Easy.
We pray.
All right.
Please turn around, reverse.
We saw a number of bounces come out of the alt market yesterday. One surprising one, I was talking to Pio yesterday as he claimed this is the IP token from Story Protocol. I have no idea what's happening with this. This just looks like the most absurd chart. This new blockchain came out, I want to say 2 weeks ago. And this token was basically like sub $2 on launch. Ran all the way up yesterday to above $7, back down to $4.70 now. No idea what happened here. Pio, did you claim this and dump it yesterday?
Yeah, so I mean, I saw a tweet from Cyrus about it. No one mentioned it, or if anybody mentioned this to me, it went right over my head. Wasn't paying any attention. And someone said, if you got the Kaido airdrop, you qualify for this. So I went to the story thing and I connected my wallet, and there was 200 of the IP token. I was like, cool. In my head, I was like, what's this, $1 a token? This will be $200. I look, it's $6. I almost didn't believe it. I was like, wait, so this is a free $1,200, almost 4 shares of MicroStrategy. I was like, that's crazy. I'm trying to figure out how to dump it because people were tweeting, how do you sell it? How do you sell it? Blah, blah, blah. I see that, Ray. Thank you. Yeah,
but I didn't. If you read the newsletter, it was the top story on the day it launched.
My baseline assumption is I don't qualify for a random ass airdrop, but anyway,
it's a good thing you didn't read it that day.
Exactly. And then I go and it's like, oh wait, it's on Coinbase, and I can just ping it from the wallet to Coinbase, and the native gas is the native.
Oh, that's
token,
awesome.
Which actually makes sense. So I just ping it to Coinbase, sell the 200 for $1,225.
This story was about how Pio made $50.
$1,225. $1,200 for doing absolutely nothing. Bought 4 shares of MicroStrategy almost immediately. Clemente?
Mike Dudas, in a now deleted tweet, called out IP and basically said they were paying market makers to bid their token and giving them a portion of the supply that would be paid out in the future. And he deleted the tweet. I was going to pull it up.
Kobe originated it, so Kobe's tweet is still alive.
Okay, cool. So that's the theory, is that it's basically just artificial.
What Kobe said is that it's certain people are incenting
Incentivizing
liquid funds to get if they buy the coin on the market, they get sent the equivalent amount for free, so they get a 50% discount.
So this is it. And Mike Dudas basically quote tweeted this and said, this is what's happening with IP right now.
Hey, who cares? PO just got 4 MSTR off of that.
Let's go.
4.5.
Let's go.
Interesting. Yes, I mean this really like can screw over, I guess, some perps traders on shorts for a lot of these, because I think a lot of the strategy for some of these newer launches has really been like, as soon as they're listed on like Hyperliquid, is people have been shorting these like utility tokens and blockchains, and they basically
VX Crypto said A16Z invested 160 million in Story Protocol. It's a lot of money.
There you go.
Yeah, we looked at this on the show.
Maybe IP is good. Hey, easy. It's up.
What is?
Bitcoin.
Yeah, we're still down though.
Okay. Oh, I mean less down.
Now only down about 170 instead of $300.
I'm pretty sure we brought up Story Protocol on the show while the guys were away. And you were looking at this. Yeah, and I believe that
that adds up.
I'm trying to find their main website right now, which is like somehow difficult to find based on their Twitter.
I wonder if I have some airdrops. I need to go check around.
You probably do. But I remember Kix like looking through the website. He's like, "Why does this exist? Like, what is going on here? There's nothing on here." The main apps.
Ate that take like a brick sandwich. I mean, it's a cool website.
Yeah.
Two. Those guys look smart, high IQ.
He was like, they just threw a bunch of like words on here like AI.
Build, create, join the Renaissance. Latest announcements.
But I have no idea what's going on. Like, I don't know what this blockchain is.
Yeah, I got a fair amount of shit for that. I think I got about 3 or 4 tweets yesterday said, "Hey, Kix, check the price of IP."
I honestly don't know who's buying this, and I don't know who's participating on this blockchain. I haven't seen anybody, so maybe I need to dig a little bit deeper to see what's actually going on here. Explore apps. Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's a nothing burger.
I don't know. Could go higher.
Could. Absolutely
NFTs.
could.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. I don't. I mean, are we doing a story segment?
Sorry, but this mainly wanted to kick off like we're seeing some price action there. We saw Kaido make a nice little run after setting bottoms. Do you think there's a potential alt season that we could see here kicked off now that there's a little bit of meme coin fatigue? Maybe regulations attacking some of the harmful meme coin actors, loosen regulations on good actors. Is there a chance we see a flight back to utility tokens, to blockchain tokens? Or do you think we're kind of just in a standstill right now? Curious. I see you nodding along, Kix. What are your thoughts here?
We could. We definitely could. I mean, and a lot of them got whacked pretty hard, dude. Whacked pretty hard. So they're attractive prices, relatively speaking. So, I mean, we could 100% see some action on the alt side.
I was thinking about this a lot today. I was listening to Wrecked Radio this morning while on the bike. And then I looked at the market. I was like, okay, if we see an alt season, like I would love to see users of a lot of these chains that we're seeing that are above like 3 billion FDV. I haven't heard, and this might just be because I wasn't around when these were maybe popular. Like, what's Mantra? Has anyone heard of Mantra?
That is a real world asset coin. One of the best performers. I want to say it's up 17x in the last year and a half. So that's real world asset. Real world assets are considered a bullish sector with the pro crypto administration. Another alt out there, right? Stop 33. BitTensor. Has an AI play. Subnet staking went live. Some people are liking that as another alt play with AI connections.
What about Mickey Mantle? Like 3.5B.
Not sure what Mantle does.
Got it. Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff in here that I'm like, oh wow, I've never heard of this. And
I think Sonic's been doing pretty good.
Easy. Are there any alts that you're aiming at here? I know you've talked a number about like Ray, Aave, Chainlink before. Is there anything else you're targeting here that is interesting to you?
Yeah, I like FTM Sonic now. That one's obviously interesting. Seems a lot of people are interested in that. Seems like their trenches are heating up very much so. It is still tough to figure out like what alts you really want to get into though. Like I'm still bullish near, still bullish H bar, still bullish a few of those other things. Overall though, I think Sonic's chart is like one of the best. Seems like they're doing a bunch of really cool things. It's tough to want to get into alts until we break above 100K on Bitcoin.
Are you just interested in Sonic in terms of like owning, or are you interested in participating in their ecosystem? Because you mentioned something about the trenches on Sonic. Like I'm not too familiar with their ecosystem.
Yeah, so they have something called Shadow that's up like 55% that a lot of people have been talking about. So that's the main one that I keep seeing a lot of people get into. Personally though, like I have not dabbled over there. I've dabbled on BNB, which I got wrecked on. Other than that though, it's like Solana is still catching some bids. Like you're having some runners each day once again now, which is nice. So like I'd rather still stick here, especially now that competition seems less. I don't know. Like alts, I'm not terribly excited about alts right now. It's like I'd rather just wait to see where the market heads.
Kix, you're gonna add something there?
I've been watching the Hyperliquid chart. It looks kind of like it's like coiling. It you know, looks like something that could go on a run if the market structure holds up.
I think it's basically Bitcoin, Solana, SWI, Avax, Hyperliquid. Is that not like what's interesting from the majors perspective? Are those not?
Did you just name the things you own?
No Ethereum in there?
I don't own Avax. Excuse me. I don't own SWI.
That's good.
Avax. I don't own Hyperliquid. What was I going to say? Ray, Mike Alfred is bullish on Ethereum for the rest of the year. He thinks that it'll outperform because it's underperformed thus far. I don't think that that's impossible. I also think that there's an ETF, including a BlackRock ETF. Those are the interesting factors, in my opinion, for Ethereum. If I was going to buy Ethereum, it would be now, given how this cycle has gone for Ethereum. I'd also like to see Dogecoin do something because I own that, but I don't know. We'll see. Hyperliquid seems to be one that people are bullish on. SWI as well. You've seen Avax pick up.
I feel like XRP is the new Dogecoin.
Could be. Yeah, the new normie, like pile money into it coin.
Everyone that I meet, you're muted, Clemente.
No, I was just it's at $154 billion is the market cap right now. It's wild.
I really, really want it to flip ETH, even if it's for a day. That's a huge for me if it flips ETH for a day.
Yeah, so people who bought at that Pico top back in 2017, like, could have exited at break even already, which is pretty wild given how far this thing fell from peak. I'm on the same side as you, Nick. A lot of people I talk to who are like normies in crypto are basically like XRP is one of the first few things they like talk about that they're interested in. I don't know if it's like number theory or what, or like they're just like looking at it as a meme coin, or they go for like the whole banking system of the entire world is going to run on XRP. But whatever it is, like XRP is definitely one of the most talked about crypto tokens. I guess interesting. And people just don't understand, like people who don't invest, like don't understand market cap, if that makes sense. Like most people in the world, like if you ask them what market cap is, aren't going to know what market cap is.
Yeah, but none of those people are materially moving the price of XRP.
If a bajillion of them all buy some XRP, it moves the market.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean it's like the whole GameStop thing, like that moved the market, but
yeah, whatever. Yeah, tough guy.
What's so funny, Clemente?
Oh no, nothing. Back over to you guys.
Yo.
Yes. Nick?
Okay, never mind.
Right.
What happened?
I bridged like $25,000 of USDC, and it became $4,000.
But then it became 25,000 again.
I think.
You
It did or it didn't.
You bridged it to where? To Hyperliquid?
I don't want to talk about how my money moves. You know what I'm saying? I
Did
want to
it-
talk.
Did it say it was going to get slipped or something?
That it says it's gonna get. Well, it's back. I found the money.
Okay.
Woo! Sweating over there, buddy. That's a nervous one. That'll pucker you up a little bit.
Well, I sent a decent amount of money to Blast to the wrong address, and I needed Pac-Man to help me recover it. It took like a week.
The man himself helped you?
Yeah, the man himself.
That's awesome. What a good guy.
Yeah, very very good over there.
Hard worker.
Yeah.
Main character.
Quick hitters before we wrap. I'm going to read off some stories that were not covered that I think are interesting. SBF got interviewed, first prison interview, flipped from pro-Biden to pro-Trump, looking for a potential pardon.
Doesn't work that way, buddy. Enjoy the mackerel trade.
Michael Saylor urges the United States to acquire 20% of the total supply of Bitcoin. He says only one nation state will be able to do this, and he hopes that it's the United States. Robinhood adds base blockchain support for withdrawals and deposits. The European Central Bank explores a blockchain-based payment system. Utah's Bitcoin reserve bill gets one step further, passing the Senate over there for taxes. Metaplanet acquired another 69 Bitcoin. Nice, bringing their total holdings over 2,100, 0.01% of total supply for Metaplanet. Their stock has been booming. The new FBI director has disclosed 115,000.
Call him by name.
What's up?
Say
Cash.
his name.
Cash?
Patel. Say his full name. That you put the respect on that.
Hold on. I'm trying to figure out. Is it Cash Patel?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cash Bitcoin Patel. Never selling. Asset-based savings, 115K in there, but the dollar amount does not matter because he's never selling. Canary's Litecoin ETF listed on the DTCC site, one step closer to being approved. Bitcoin ETFs recorded outflows yesterday, the 8th time in the last 10 days. Lots of outflows coming for the ETFs over the last 8.
Hold on, you're just like plowing over the story. I don't understand what happened.
I'm giving the quick hitters, and then we can talk about what's interesting from them. What jumped out at you of those that you want to talk about, Nick?
Weren't there just only 2 stories?
He wasn't paying attention. I was paying attention. I'd say you rolled off about 6. Hood, very interesting. Nice looking stock. But went on a nice run. Pio used to work there.
I said a year ago when it was $11, it's $50 now. Nick was like,
Better trade than
It's just the
Coinbase,
stock.
which I bought a year ago.
I said, is this thing going to trade like Coinbase because it's Bitcoin's becoming such a huge part of their business and they're really leaning into crypto, and they were only at like $11 at that time. They went from $11 to $22, and I was like, well, that's interesting. That was when I was already talking about it, not buying it, but talking about it.
I got to listen to Pio a little bit more. Also, Pio, some people saying maybe is there going to be a Hood coin and maybe a Hood chain?
No.
Oh shit. Well, Pio you should have told
They
us
teased it
insider
out.
information, Pio. You know,
teased it out.
you've been in Robinhood from the ground up, so you
Tried to
understand.
get insider information from the people that I know that still work there, like borderline aggressively, and they won't give me anything.
You know what they said on the investor relations call?
What?
We're going to tokenize everything
Did they say that?
in more or less.
No, I don't think they said that.
Okay, Google it, right? Pull it up.
Deadass don't think that they said that.
Pull it up.
Vlad,
Pull it up.
When he talks about crypto, he's like a funny guy. Robinhood just has a good fucking platform. They just made a good platform. They haven't
Great
changed
platform.
much about it. I fucking use it for crypto now. It's just chill to like.
I got a lot of Bitcoin in there. I'm a Robinhood Gold member. What does this say?
Okay. All right.
Look at this guy, dude. Is
Vlad,
this the CEO?
that's the CEO, Vladdy boy.
God damn.
Is that AI or is that actually what he looks
I
like?
think that's actually him. It's not AI.
High T levels. Jesus.
Vlad's a chill guy. He had no backbone during the GameStop shit, but who cares? Nick, your mic's like off or something. We can't hear you.
And the Solana shit.
And the Solana shit. Yeah, no backbone. But hey, he doesn't need a backbone now. The Trumpy boy David Sachs and the new SEC guy are in there. Who cares?
We need to get someone with long hair on the team. That's
true.
the new.
Nick used to have long hair back in the day when he was selling pot.
I mean, I can grow my hair out. I had pretty long hair in college.
Right?
Might be just grow internally grow the long hair guy back out. My wife might not be happy about it.
What? No, women love when you just mix things up. She's gonna love it. She's
Wait,
gonna love it.
what are we talking?
When you mix the, even if you like got like, let's say someone like gained a bunch of weight, you're just different at that point. It's interesting for a period. Yeah, women like that.
Got it. So just throw them off a little bit.
Yeah,
Fresh. Okay.
switch up your facial hair. Ray's doing that, but the long hair, that's a big thing. His wife will like it.
Here's a little long hair college shot. We can go back to this.
Oh, look at this guy. Is that a guitar in your hand, dude?
This is peak college years for me. This is probably before Clemente was born.
Wow. Wow.
All right. Any other stories we wanted to
When
cover?
did you shift from being gay?
I haven't. Still just as gay. Sound money in the comments.
He's a chief gay correspondent. Sound money.
CGC.
CGC. Sound money. He's also, never mind.
Any other stories that we covered we want to dive into? We have the SBF. We have Michael Saylor talking about the U.S., your European Central Bank, Utah's Bitcoin Reserve, Metaplanet, FBI Director, Canary Litecoin ETF.
Right. Clemente, I'm a gentleman. You go first.
Oh, I was just going to ask, how does it work with these states individually buying Bitcoin?
They can do whatever the fuck they want. It's called the United States of America.
So each one can compete. So we might have a little mini competition amongst states to buy Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that's a mini competition. That's like, that's light work, right? Like literal states in the United States plowing mad money into Bitcoin. That's a mini competition.
Yeah, I mean, basically, it's just like the states have treasuries and they direct it towards investments. And part of that can now be Bitcoin is what they're trying to pass in these laws.
Pio, you were, there was a lot of insults thrown your way today. First off, you asked Ray, hey, Ray, not trying to be mean or anything, but do you do asset-based savings? Oh, no, you're retarded. Nick, you sold the Pico bottom of Solana like a dumbass idiot. Clemente, your credit score is garbage. You want to throw any other insults out before we wrap
Clemente,
the show?
see, I like to, talk from a platform of positivity and education. So, for example, Texas, if it was ranked as a country, would be the 8th largest country in the world. So you can determine the significance of it buying Bitcoin off of that by GDP. Pretty good. Higher than Russia for Nick, just so he has that context. One of our states, 2 of our states actually, bigger than all of Russia. But if I can maintain the floor, I actually wanted to flip the script a little bit over to Ray, because I think Ray a lot of times has great ideas when he's not getting steamrolled over. So I was curious, Ray, if you are seeing any opportunities appear in the alt market or how you're looking at navigating the space.
Right now, I'm kind of sitting on my hands. I think that we do see the alts run, and I think that we probably see like the no-brainer infrastructure plays run. So I think like Radium, like Easy said, is interesting. Maybe not as much so though, because if we're moving away from pump fund, that becomes less like
less volume for them.
Yeah, less volume. So maybe some stuff like maybe Uniswap's probably interested in me here. Uni.
Okay.
Looking at Uniswap right now at 950, US based company, regulation clarity, Ethereum season. Like that's an interesting bet to me.
Okay.
Maybe some of the L2 plays. Avax is catching a bid right now in terms of
alt L1.
Yeah, alt L1 there. Yeah, I mean, I need to look deeper into like which alts I'm interested in, but those are the ones that jump out at me right now.
Please do. I'd like to hear back from you on that.
Here's a good question. How about Ronin token? Ronin gaming ecosystem.
I like Ron here. They're seeing volume. They just launched their own pump fund. They have they're going with the open ecosystem here too. So definitely a big fan of it.
Yeah, down at 128, kind of pinging off of a good range here. Nick would probably like the TA on this. Maybe needs a little bit of consolidation, but I definitely think that on the alt side, there's some coiled opportunities. They may not present themselves right now. It may take a month or two to fully play out, but I do think there's going to be some great opportunities. So we definitely should crowdsource the mind share, as they say. Woo!
Oh my
Woohoo! God damn!
Easy just nuked Russia.
What the
My
hell is
bad.
going on? Over to you, Easy. Give us a little context.
I'm trying to make sure we don't get liquidated on this long.
You like that dedication?
So
Bitcoin back up 99,154. Easy.
Wait, hold on. Time
Yeah,
out.
we're
You're
at
trying to figure out
178.
how we're not going to get liquidated. So slamming the keyboard, where you just like emailing the CEO of Solana.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
No,
Price.
I'm trying to adjust our stop loss and our take profit numbers right now. So I'm clearing those out and adjusting them in real time.
Dude,
I'm rather rattled.
because you don't even have to type for that. The dude must be like hotkeyed up on like
I'm canceling previous orders and adjusting.
hotkeys, dude, over there, dude. That's fucking ergonomic.
Bitcoin's looking pretty good.
Bitcoin's looking pretty good. Nick, what do you think about the MACD cross to the bearish side on the weekly, though? Do you think we got a little bit more chop, or we think we can clear through that pretty quickly?
On the weekly, that's a good question. Let me pull up the week.
Yeah.
Oh, there is bearish cross on the weekly. Yikeroni.
Ray, before we wrap, do you want to hear the theme song I have for your Mongolian jeans? This is the Ray.
Hey.
No, it's just an instrumental. I'm still working on the lyrics. Ready?
Yep.
Okay, dude. What are you doing, dude?
I like it. I like it. That's a good base. I like that a lot. Little Han Dynasty.
Yo, Clemente needs to be put in timeout for just throwing openly racist shit.
No,
on this.
no, it's good. It's Ways of Wang liked it. Ways of Wang goes,
Yeah,
hey,
I don't think it's
hey."
racist if he's punching up. Look at Chilean IQ compared to East Asian, you know?
not too many chess grandmasters out of Chile, if you catch my joke. Okay,
Certainly not.
Agnes Carlson's not.
They're too high up in the air, Pio, man. That oxygen, a little different. It starts to become oxidizing.
Yeah,
They're very short, too. Very short.
Yo, what I'll say is Ways of Wang, who's confirmed full Asian, is saying that Clemente is valid. Like, if you're valid, that some very street people have once called me valid. So
I think Clemente would be accepted by most of the countries around the world.
I think so too. I think so too. Absolutely.
Hey, Ways of Wang, you're always welcome in my Latin countries.
Okay.
Always
Clemente,
welcome.
I just had a positive comment towards you. Didn't even acknowledge it.
I appreciate that.
So we're looking at this as a bearish MACD cross here. 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and if you look back at like previous, we had one that was like in 2023 into 2024. It went red for 2 or 3 weeks, and then started working its way back up. Yeah, like right over there. Yeah, right over there. Yeah. So like if it's bearish,
like
but the price is consolidating, it could set up a big leg up. So
looks like Bitcoin's just headed to 140.
Whoa, Nick. Okay, buddy. We're gonna need a little bit more about that.
Yeah, why don't you pull that up and let us know how?
Woo, yep, I can see it.
Look at that.
That's all I need.
So many lines.
This is like a beautiful mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's also 100% accurate. Nick's fucking on point with this.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, fine. I'll
range.
delete all these lines down here since we're never going back there.
So where's that triangle compress? Where's that triangle compress? Like early March?
This part you're saying?
Yeah. Okay. End of March.
It could break before then. Look at this one.
I think, yeah. I mean, it can break whenever the fuck it wants. You know what I'm saying? But what I was wondering, if it kind of, coils up into March, we actually see alts start running first.
Look at this.
Bitcoin
Look at how
spends-
accurate this was. Boom.
Yeah.
That's yes. Fuck yes. And it's just going to happen again. That's a bull flag.
Yeah. Yeah, and this could be the real alt season sender. Alts start to move first into the Bitcoin move up, which sends alts even further up
Man, if I could get excited about something the way that Kix gets excited about anything besides Bitcoin, good God, this guy's just like, oh, is it not Bitcoin? Let me fucking sink my teeth right into that thing. You know what I mean? Let's bring excitement to
like
Bitcoin.
I could take the easy road. I could just buy
look
the
at
Bitcoin.
look at these lines down here.
Is that for ETH?
Yeah.
I wouldn't delete them. I would save them as like a historical artifact, just so you can look back one day.
Okay. I mean, ETH did
Yeah, a
have
little cough, take some orange, eat some oranges, take some zinc.
ETH did have quite a run here.
From where to what?
From 1,500 up to 4,000.
Yeah, that was a nice period of time. It's been miserable ever since, but yeah, you picked the good spot of it. Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. This could easily be right back at 4K.
Yeah. I think I could just chop between here and 4K till the end of the time. But yeah, relatively, I think getting into 2,800s. Nice.
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. So
If
we don't
we're
all
checking
want to
out
get bullish at the same time. Then that gets a little scary. But, you know.
Avax, we're looking for a breakout here.
Yo, let me see Avax. I want to see this chart.
It's a weird one.
Not enough lines.
It looks very similar to ETH.
Damn, this thing was just hanging out at $60.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, it went to $60.
It definitely wasn't hanging out there.
It
Stopped in, had a drink.
If you overlay that on ETH, it's pretty similar price action.
We literally got in a bar fight and got ejected from the bar.
We got to get this thing to be hanging out at $60. That's
I like
the
this
world I
chart.
want to live in.
Look at hype.
How do I buy hype? What's the easiest way to buy it? Right?
Bridge to Arbitrum.
It's probably on Coinbase, isn't it?
I don't have Coinbase. I use
Is it
Gemini Ray.
If it's on Coinbase, this shit's getting bought today.
Yeah, I think it is. It's probably on Gemini too. I'm not sure.
I don't like this
not on
chart.
Gemini.
I don't like this chart on the weekly. So please flip it to the daily.
So you would bridge to Arbitrum.
It's not on Coinbase.
Okay, yeah, bridge.
There, I
to
like that a lot
bridge
better.
to Arbitrum, and then you can go to their website, Hyperliquid's website. They have an app, and you can buy spot hype on their app.
All right, good stuff.
I can send you the cheap bridge and the Hyperliquid site and DM.
Looks like that. You're going to get another triangle formation here, Nick. You know you want to set the top line, triangle that shit out.
How far back we going?
Right there. Exactly. Boom. Okay, so we're weeks away from this going nasty. Probably
These are
just goes
days.
right to 50, you'd think. As soon as it breaks through that line, it just goes up only to 50. Because people can bet on Hyperliquid, on leverage, right? Talk about a flywheel. Might as well rename their name, their fucking chain to Short Blaster. You know what I'm saying?
Look at Say. Say's had quite the reversal here.
What about Sui? Can we see Sui?
Quite the reversal here.
What do you
That
think
looks
about
better
Sui?
because that's like a double bottom, potentially. But not a higher high yet. But that other chart you showed was ass.
I don't know. It feels very, very interesting right now. The market, dude, can you believe that Hayden Davis himself did not ruin this market forever?
A $2,000 sushi bill started everything.
Dude, I'm just going to be like, I'm going to say, shout out to all the people who said that Hayden Davis and the Libra token were worse than FTX.
Dumb idiots.
I mean, you
And
guys
Solana's
are
still down on the week compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum, which are up. I mean, he definitely did damage. But I mean,
Yo,
it's not
Ray, what are you doing here, dude?
I'm
what do you
providing counter takes to inform our audience from all sides, and I'm also fighting minor battles against you that will wear you down over the course of the show.
Very Mongolian Genghis Khan move. He wouldn't just roll right into a city. He would chip them around.
He's using my own words.
Raymond.
Wow, Ray disclosing his tactical strategy in a Sun Tzu Art of War level battle with Choose Rich Nick. That is very, very intense.
Yeah,
That's the kind of stuff that I love.
Here's a deep question I have. Can the pain token do well if the rest of the market is bullish?
Pain?
Yeah.
I think pain is just automatically capped by meme. Like, why does pain need to exist? And it's
Okay.
like the theory is like if the market's bad and people are in pain, then it's going to do well. But like no one's going to be buying a token that's not. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Ray, what bottom sales are you coping? OX Chronic seems to think that you've made a bunch of bottom sales.
I mean the sale I made with yesterday.
Solana.
Yeah, I did sell some Solana at the.
You sold all of it, didn't you?
Yeah, but I mean, I've made back like 100 Solana in like trading with what was left. Yeah, so I mean, I'm not too upset with that.
How are you making money? What were you trading?
I had 7 Solana in my
I'm
account.
losing money.
I don't think we've seen that Nick face.
How you making money? Because I'm losing it.
That's a cool Nick face.
How am I making money? A combination of pain, getting in on greed immediately.
So you just trash talked pain after saying you made money on it, and then what was the other trade?
Yeah, I'm not buying it. I sold it. I sold my pain. Greed.
Okay, you could be a little appreciative. Did you see? Okay, greed.
Yeah.
That was a good one. That was a great trade. Good job on that.
Yes, I mean I'm happy. I mean I have Solana bags again at like no basis essentially. I put the money I stabled out of Solana into USD, earning native yield on the only mobile app backed by Paradigm, or earning 30% on stables. That's Blast.
Bro, if a bank will give you 5% on your dollar and they're giving you 30, you ever wonder?
I mean, it's basically just their Blast season 3 rewards essentially.
Yeah, basically.
Leaked out slowly. Airdrop farming in the form of yield.
There you go. What could go wrong?
Hey, it's already 10:16. Look at how the time flies, huh?
Bitcoin 99.3. How's that? Checking back in with Easy.
We're coming back to life. We're only down $63.
That's great. We were bottom out of 300. So I think you do the math on that. It's an 80% reversal.
I mean, we're headed straight to 100K right now, dude.
Yep, love to see that. Anything else you want to discuss before we wrap here?
No, yeah, I got it.
Do you really
gotta
love
get
to
outta
see it, Ray?
Dude,
Love
look
that.
how fast I can spin my hands.
That's
All right, that's gonna do it for today's show. Thank you all for
I mean, when
listening.
he's picking up girls at the bar, he does this. He picks
That's
up girls at the bar. Look what I can do.
That's pretty impressive.
I was pretty fast.
On the way out, one time, me and my buddy, that was really fast. That was really fast. One time when I lived in LA, me and my buddy hit a bar with this guy that we met by the pool in our building, and his pickup line, this is in line with what Clemente just did. His pickup line, he goes to women and he goes, "How many fingers do you have?" And they go, 10. And he just goes, "You have 8. Thumbs aren't fingers." And I was just like, holy shit. That was like elite.
That's
That was
Clemente?
a crazy one.
Was that Clemente?
That was Clemente.
You guys want to see one more thing before I finish?
Yeah, go.
Watch this guy, the world's fastest clapper. I actually can clap kind of fast. Ready?
Let's see. That was really fast.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us. That's gonna do it for
That
today's
was
show. Watch us back on YouTube.
There
Catch
were
us
no
next
claps.
week.
That's going to
Have
get
a
clipped so
wonderful
hard.
So
weekend.
fast.